I feel much more in integrity with saying, okay, well, the best I can offer from what I've learned and what our incredible faculty have to offer is that until we've developed those skills of zooming in and zooming out, like obviously keep developing them, but at least if we at least get some basic, we can just start riding the bike with it, then we can apply them to making sense of the outside. So moving from the inside to the outside. And that, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And you're bringing in now one of the values of the contemplative practices, that they actually provide ways of, as you call it, stepping back, or in technical term would call it moving to a meta perspective, a perspective from which you can look at your previous perspective, and also cultivating what I call perspectival fluidity, the capacity to move from one perspective to another and see. And as you implied, most of our lives we live locked into one particular perspective, not even suspecting that other perspectives may be equally valid and illuminating, or different lenses, and provide different contexts. So what I hear you saying is that if we are to approach both the issues of our time, and particularly the challenges of meaning making that the current information warfare almost on the internet faces us with, then we are required to become more, to cultivate our capacities for taking perspectives, for stepping out of our motivated reasoning. And only then, I love what you're doing, because you're basically honing the instruments of knowing in people, so that then the investigation of what's so can be a little less emotional, a little broader, a little more of a meta perspective. It just sounds a very valuable approach.
Yeah, thank you. That's I really love that phrase, the perspectival fluidity. I think if there was one quality that I want to develop in myself more always, and would want people to be developing if they're interested in making sense, it's that fluidity, because I think so much of the issue is that stuckness in often ideological perspective. And another thing came up for me as you were describing that, which is this tension that we always, since the beginning of Rebel Wisdom, have been trying to balance, which is actually kind of hidden in the name. The rebel side is in a sense the kind of cultural, political side, and the wisdom side is the wisdom side, their wisdom traditions, and the combination of the two. I notice we have at different times swung more into, say, delving right into the cultural stuff, but then there's a feeling of getting trapped there. There's this real sense of like, oh God, we're going to spend all of our time arguing with people, or trying not to argue with people, or getting into some kind of
Right.
completely wrapped up. And so, okay, well, if we zoom out into that meta perspective, okay, we get some breathing space. And then at the same time, if we stay in the meta perspective too long, it feels like we start to lose the sense of being tapped into the culture. And so this continuous process of trying to find the ever-moving sweet spot between being meta enough and zoomed in enough. And I mean, I don't know if we ever have reached some magical sweet spot. I think we're always penduluming, and the hope is that the pendulum swings a little bit less, or is a little bit more, a bit fluid.